There's a little bit of sink to the heel of these shoes, so they were very nice for walking, but they were very good just for their styling in general. You have a nice toe here, you have a nice toe off, and the bottom you got a little bit of a waffle pattern there. Of course, back when there used to be a waffle pattern inside the front, and inside of the back, I can't even remember what this looked like. Hello everybody and welcome to Running in Japan. I am your host Mark Antimate, and today's video is one that is a long time coming because I have these shoes that I have been waiting for the absolute longest to review here on the channel before I took them over to Nike for a proper recycling burial inside of their facilities. I've been holding on to these bad boys here for about a proper 10 years, and it's finally time. Their time has come. These things have easily reached over 1,000 kilometers, and a majority of that wasn't even from running, just from walking inside of them. That was the main purpose that I bought them for, and that's what I have been using them for ever since. So there's not much information out here on the internet about the Nike Air Max Tavas, but from what I could tell you, these are not necessarily running shoes per se, but they are a type of sports trainers that you use for a multitude of any kind of sports or whatever sport that you would like to use it for, which includes some running activities inside the sport itself. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I bought this funky colorway right here that looks like Miami with the purple at the front and the pink as it goes towards the tongue of the shoe. I bought this one because I found a Nike t-shirt inside of the store the same day that I bought these shoes that had a nice swoosh on the front of the black t-shirt, and it had the same colors. So I was like, okay, that's a great combination there. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy these two things together. But there is another purpose, even more so than just matching with a t-shirt, why I bought these. Back in the year 2015, which was 10 years ago now, these shoes I really needed because I was going to participate inside of a charity walk that I was going to do right here inside of Japan called the Yamathon. It's an annual event in which you pay 10,000 Japanese yen, which feels like to us about $100 equivalent. It feels like taking $100 US out of our pocket and just, giving it away to charity. So 10,000 Japanese yen as the entry fee. And, they choose a different cause that this money goes to every year. I don't remember what the cause was in 2015, but I donated the money and I participated inside the walk. Now, the walk is very special itself because it takes place inside of central Tokyo. There is let's say it's the most famous, or at least the most well-known train line here inside of Tokyo, Japan. It's called the Yamanote line. Now, the Yamanote loop line goes around inside of a complete circle. I don't know how many stations it is now, but I believe at the time that I did this charity walk in 2015, it was 29 stations perhaps. I don't remember, don't quote me on that, but I think it was 29 stations. But the distance of going around all of these stations, it is equivalent to a marathon distance. And boy, walking that with a team of 3 other people on my team, and then my team had paired up with another team, so it was 4 and 4 together, a total of 8 people walking. And it was a little bit challenging. It was my first time doing a marathon distance, even if it were a walk. And there were times that I wanted to run, but my team did not necessarily want to run. So, I was at the mercy of them not to be able to participate inside of getting any running in and trying to get it done a lot faster than what I would have. So anyways, as I always do, I ramble. The main reason that I purchased these shoes was for the purpose of doing that charity walk, because I did not have any walking shoes of the like, and I needed something to get me 26.2 miles across all of these train stations. There's one more thing that I'd like to mention about that. I mean, the focus of this video is about these shoes, but since I already brought up the story of the Yamathon, I'd like to tell you this one last bit. As we made it around all of these stations, we had to prove that we made it to each and every station along our trip. So the three people that were a part of my team, Team Chotomate, that was my team name, as we made it to each station, we had to take a photo of us together as a group, like a selfie of us standing in front of the station with the station sign behind us. That way, you know, when we make it to the end, you know, we flip through all the photos of the photo walk of the charity walk, and we show that to the organizers, and they could certify us as having completed the event. Because, you know, some people would just be tempted to just donate the money and then cheat and do it. Maybe just get on the train and get off at the final station to say, I did it, and we did it in breakneck speed. But, you know, there was no cheating on this one. And if you were to cheat, I mean, to pay to get on the train and then back off for 29 different stations, that's going to be quite pricey. So, and it's going to take a lot of time. So I don't think anybody was going to do that. It's better just to do it the honest way. And I think that's how everybody did it. But anyways, let's take a look at these shoes right here. I got this nice funky Miami colorway with the pink and purple, but now they only offer these shoes. I'm looking at it right now on the JapanNike.com, and these shoes go for 9,599 Japanese yen, which is pretty much 10,000 Japanese yen. As I said, that feels like equivalent $100 US to us out of the pocket, which is rather expensive because I don't remember paying that price for them. And in fact, when I bought these shoes, they were very cheap, and I bought them out of the factory outlet store in Chiba, right on Tokyo Bay in Makuhari. And I believe I only paid maybe 6,999 Japanese yen for these Max. And if you still continue to go to that factory outlet, I believe you might still be able to find them for that 6,990 yen price. Or maybe they moved up from that price to this new price because of inflation. Who knows? I haven't been back there since I noticed this new price, but I have been there previously, let's say 3 months ago, and I took photos around the shop, and I was able to see and confirm that they were 6,999 Japanese yen. And they've been carrying these for a long time, because as I've taken these photos around the factory outlet just 3 months ago in 2024, late 2024, and I said I bought these in 2015, that means that they've been carrying these shoes for at least 10 years, at least minimum. But all of the nice colorways that they had back then, they had since removed them, and they had replaced them with only 2 colors. Now you either have the all black, which has a white Nike swoosh, and you have a white outer sole bottom, or you could get one that is entirely black, and those are just the 2 colors that you could choose from. Looking at the description on the internet, as I said earlier, there's not much information about these on the internet, but they are on Nike.com Japan. It says the Air Max Tavas offers classic retro style and comfort with a lightweight, breathable upper and smooth, no-sew overlays for added durability. I'm sure that the breathability of these shoes were good back at the time that I bought them, but by today's standards, these things are extremely hot. The upper is very, very thick, and it feels thick. These shoes are, you know, they're mid-range in weight. I don't want to say that they're entirely heavy. I think they might have the product details here. No, it does not say how much they weigh, and I don't even have a scale on me to tell you guys. But just judging by my own judgment, picking them up and holding it by hand, it doesn't feel too heavy, but it doesn't feel light at all either. You know, you got this nice felt material on the back, but it's very, very thick. You know, this is a very thick upper. And even though there's holes inside the mesh in the front, the way that it's stitched and it's so tight together, and it looks like there's even an underlayment underneath that, the breathability is not going to be all there. Reason I bring up these shoes is not only because I want to retire them, but I want to tell the story of when I first became a runner right here inside of Tokyo, Japan. In March of 2024, I started running again after a 18-year hiatus of being away from the sport, and I was training to participate inside of running the Tokyo Marathon. And I did manage to run the Tokyo Half Marathon. I got turned down for the Tokyo Marathon, but I digress. I needed some shoes to get me started off, and these 9-year-old shoes were all that I had on me. So I used these shoes to get me started. And, I started off running 1 kilometer 1 week. The next week I ran 2 kilometers. The next week I ran 3 kilometers. The next week 4. And I noticed that, each day as I started increasing my kilometers and my distance, come week number 5, once I made it up to 5K, I realized that I was absolutely killing my knees. And if you want to know the reason why, this is why. You look at these 9-year-old shoes and you look at how bad they look on the bottom. I mean, the soles are completely worn. You could pretty much, stick a knife through there and feel some hollowness on the inside. That is almost turning into a hole right there. And it's the same thing for this one. There's big cuts and gashes inside of this thing. It's been completely smoothed out. So these things are not very good at all for running in. And that was my first time experiencing runner's knee. It was my 5th week of running using these shoes. And it was at that time, once I got the runner's knee, I automatically knew that it was the shoes that had done it to me. And I said, I just need to go ahead and do away with these things and just buy some brand new running shoes. So I went out being a fan of Nike, and that's when I purchased the Nike Vomero 17. And those have been treating me good ever since I purchased those. Let me tell you the very stupid thing I did. I tried to create a reward system for myself. Once I started running in these shoes at the very beginning, I said, okay, I'm going to try to make it up to 5 kilometers in one running session, and that is going to be my ultimate goal. Once I make it to that goal, then I can reward myself by going out and buying brand new running shoes. Let me tell you guys, absolutely no. If you're inside of a situation like me and you're trying to create some stupid reward system like that, absolutely do not do it. If you're running inside of old, worn running shoes, you need to replace those things immediately, because that will be the main reason why you are to catch an injury. You should be wearing, I don't want to say fresh shoes all the time, but you want to be able to have some threads and some wear left inside of the shoe. Now, if you have a running shoe that's in between, 0 up to, 700 kilometers, and they're still good, and you could still stretch an extra 50 out of them, I suppose you could do that. But once you make it to where I got my shoes, absolutely not. They're uneven. I really did myself in on that one. But luckily, the injury wasn't too bad, because, it was a distance of 5 kilometers, and I got runner's knee from that. I gave myself about 3 weeks of rest, and my knee was able to recover entirely. And then once I did get into the Nike Vomero, I got into a smooth rhythm inside of those nice shoes. But, once those reach a certain distance, I will recycle those, and I will go ahead and just buy a new pair of shoes. But, if you guys are deep inside of some shoes, it's better just to start fresh. That's all I can tell you guys. Just start fresh. Doing a quick turnaround of the shoe. This is what the side profile looks like on the outside. On the inner side, this is what it looks like. It matches, so everything is symmetrical on both sides. Looks really good. And let's go ahead, take a look at the back. You guys can see that felt material with the pull tabs there, the heels. Of course, you got the AirPods there. a little bit foggy, but they have treated me good. You got this nice gradient color there, nice hot colors. And then the front, you got this lip going all the way up around the toe. That way you can have a nice toe off without destroying the material in the front. Breathability, quite hot for what it is. The tongue, very comfortable and plush. And then the shoelaces have always been good and never really came untied most of the time, to say the least. Very good looking shoe. I would highly recommend, if you guys want to buy some shoes, not for the purpose of running, but for style, definitely give these a look at, especially that black pair that they have out now. That's going to go so nice with blue jeans, black jeans. It's just a very sleek look, and it looks so sleek on me. So I believe it's going to do the same for you. You know, for X amount of kilometers, they have been good, but I wouldn't recommend buying shoes like this for running at all. Like if you have a factory store near you, or you could get on the internet and you could still purchase these shoes brand new out of some online shop, and you want to purchase them for running, I would highly recommend do not use these shoes for running, especially for the price that they're charging for this now. You could get some dedicated running shoes for the same price that will treat you a lot better for the purpose than these. But these did look very good on me for my fashion. That was what I used them for after I did that Yamathon charity walk. And yeah, that's it. All right, everybody, I'd like to thank you for watching this episode of Running in Japan. And there is one last thing that I'd like to say before I go. I'm on my way to try to reach 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize this channel, so that, you know, I could continue to make some money, so that I could put it back into the channel, buy new shoes that I can review for you guys. But, you know, it's just one of those things. Without the money, I can't buy the new shoes. And as it is right now, you know, I did this video. I probably got something like 70,000 views on the channel since I started it last year. And YouTube hasn't paid me a dime from this. They're absolutely running ads on my channel, even though I don't have it monetized. And they are taking the revenue from the ads that they're placing on my videos for themselves. So if that's not backwards, I don't know what is. So I'd like to make it to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up so that you can help push this video out to more people inside of the algorithm. More people can watch, more people can be a part of the discussion, more people could join me, and you can help me on my journey to reaching that 1,000. Because I do this for you guys. If it's just for myself, you know, there's really no reason to do any of these videos. It's for my entertainment because I enjoy making the videos, but ultimately the information that is within these videos is for you guys. You know, it's for nothing else but for you. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Salute to you wherever you may be out inside the world, and I will see you guys in the next one. And until next time, peace. I'm out.